I am so late. Um, I have no excuse. I fell back asleep at like noon
Stream
15.
Elements. Welcome to my channel. Use speak to have your message read to me. It's easier to get my attention that way.
And now I'm here an hour late. So I'm finishing setting up my chats. Man, I'm so bad at being an adult. I hate it. Anything. Okay. Hate it.
Generically terrible. Welcome to my channel. Use speak to have your message read to me. It's easier to get my attention that way.
Yeah, because you were super passive. No, I kid. Yes, of course you got the power. You're like a mod on my Discord. It makes no sense for you not to be a mod here. Also, you've banned every single bot that I've ever had, so. Um, don't mind me, just, setting up chats and being late as hell. The hell? Pokemon's talking to Kaliukas? Get out of here. I love Kaliukas. Fucking. I'll, I'll want to talk to Kaliukas. Jesus Christ, Pokemon. Okay, yes, YouTube. I'm like, what's the next step? I literally just, like, said, hello, good morning, and I'm now here. Um, just because pots is pots. I fell back asleep at like noon 15. Well, pots is pots, and I don't have enough adulty things going on in my existence to keep pots from winning the great war of decision making. Yeah, yeah. Where? Where? This one? No. This one. This one! Oh, man. Losing my mind here. Popping out the chats. Okay. We're gonna do it. uh, I've been in a vivid dream cycle, so I lucid dream and vivid dream. They are different. So my lucid dreams are very like I'll wake up disoriented, as in I don't even know where I am, and they're not nearly as common as my vivid dreams, which is that's just how I get it to switch monitors. Where I remember all of the details, and they're generally linear, without much weird dream logic, but they're usually fantastic in some capacity. And because Mother's Day is coming up, I've been having a lot of vivid dreams, yelling at my parents, who suck. Oh yeah, this one. Ooh. Okay. So, ideally, on some rest and a Talos break, this will not be impossible. Okay. Well. Last night I had a dream I was stuck in an old restaurant I worked at because of the hail. And then it just started continuing when I took my nap, and I think that's partially why I was so, how I would call it, dusty? And this is where it stops. So we'll try putting it on the other corner. In my existence as a Hildy, I've never talked so much, so I don't think my voice is generally this hoarse this often, but I think this is a side effect of Hildy being a talky talk. Yeah, that doesn't work. Maybe further back. Oh, cut it out. There. Yeah. So then the primary issue becomes how do get in there? step I'm missing? Now I have also earned the Prometheus hand. Which would give me the right to do this later.
Lime Max. Welcome to my channel.
Hi, Lime.
Use speak to have your message read to me. It's easier to get my attention that way.
The Prometheus hand gives me the right to think this through later. But no. Is there an angle that this works at from in here? There is. Okay. I might Prometheus hand this one, in all truth. Yeah, I think I will. But you can't, like, do all the puzzles in this game without solving them all anyway. Jen, I've done something very similar, so I understand your pain. Right, I can't, but I can go back and resolve this at a later date, which is what I think I'll do, because I am mad at this. It is hard. Are you able to recover the old first open file? Usually Excel keeps auto saves of recovered files. Oh, Stratton.
We begin with the self because that is what determines our existence as individuals. But the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact?
Alright, so we have a red sigil here. All I'm saying is that well, that's true. That is like ultimately it's either you do it or you don't, right? Sometimes it really sucks, but you do it or you don't. I wonder if there's going to be a red light in here, maybe. That red sigil seems quite difficult to get something to. Oh, we're starting off this way. Spicy. I got too ambitious about starting off that way. They get mad if it's not the right connector, because they're butts. Yeah, that's not right at all. Okay. Goodbye, square, a starting point. Hey! Alright then. Nope. Ah. Nope. No. No. Yeah, no. No. JK. Okay. Prometheus? Oh, nope, Sphinx.
Prometheus was bound for many years, his torment seemingly eternal, until one day Zeus commanded his son, the great hero Heracles, to free the Titan from the rock. Why did Zeus relent?
Zeus was afraid of his own mortality.
Is helping those you love more important than justice?
No! Nepotism is bad!
And yet you will, and so will we. Between what is right and what is necessary, there lies a vast abyss.
Yep.
A time of dreams is at hand, creature of clay. To save your friend, you must do as Heracles did. But what will follow, none can see.
What is moral, when you must make a moral choices, is recognizing that you are
Well, at
immortal.
least this part is
Immortal.
consistent. The megastructure is opening again.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, everyone. Assemble at the VTOL as soon as possible. Melba,
Philosophers assemble!
keep an eye on the energy readings, please.
We've got one more direction to do, y'all.
I don't share Byron's enthusiasm for the megastructure. I don't know if the founder really intended for us to be here, and I certainly don't trust this Prometheus entity. But Byron is one of us, and we don't leave people behind. So we're finding Prometheus and freeing him, whether Pandora likes it or not. Here's how this mission is going to go. 1K, it's clear to me that you have some kind of special affinity for this place. and that the entities respond to you more strongly than they do to us. So, once you're inside, I want you to take point. Do whatever you need to free Prometheus, but remember that our prime objective is to save our friend. Melville, I want you to stay at the VTOL and let Yakut and 1K go in. I'm going to stay behind as protocol requires.
Got it.
I don't love the idea of sitting this one out. Byron is my oldest friend, but we're doing this by the book.
You're wise, Alcatraz. And Melville's more useful than you in this context. Good leader. Way to go, leader. All right. It's very smoky now. The smog is becoming real and scary.
All right, I'm taking us in. Let's hope we can find the big guy.
All right, robot husband. I love that they have like the little circuit prompts there. There's just so many design details in this. Okay, robot husband, let's go. That looks ominous. They all look ominous now. Please don't do that. Okay. From Eustathius. Dearest Athena, I don't know if you will see this. You have become even more distant from the affairs of New Jerusalem than I have. Miss speaking to you and Cornelius, and I fear that some of your estrangement is my own fault. I know things are not as you would wish them to be, and the city is drifting away from that bold vision you established. This is not because of your leadership or lack thereof. You did not fail. I did. I know I've said it before, but the New Alexandria disaster was my fault. I'm the one who took the initiative, and I'm the one who made the mistake. Yes, there should have been procedures in place, but it was my role to create such procedures, Athena, not yours. I wish I'd listened to Byron when he said we had to establish another settlement immediately. Learn from the pain. Don't let it fester. He was right. That's where the rot set in. And I'm sorry. With love, Eustathius. From the author's note to Athena Reborn, a novel. If my work has meant something to you, if Athena had any kind of impact on you, if some story in Wonder Tales from the periphery moved you or made you think, then there is something about myself that I need to share with you. It's the only autobiographical fact I have any interest in sharing, the only thing about me that matters to you outside my work. Every breath that I take, and so every story that I write, is only possible because of technology. There are no natural remedies, no spiritual alternatives for what I was born with. My existence is wholly contingent upon a level of technological sophistication which was heretofore unimaginable, and which will in many ways define the coming era. When you long for a return to simpler times, you wish for a world in which I could not exist. If you are looking for answers, consider the fact that I was granted the blessing of this technology despite being born into poverty, and my writing never having been particularly lucrative. The civilizational structures I live within were arranged in such a way that this technology would be deployed to save my life. And are these structures not also, at the end of the day, a kind of machine? What is the state? What is civilization, if not a machine? Think about what this means, what this is. Is it systematic compassion? Is it liberation from nature? Is it equality of opportunity? Whatever your belief system, think hard about what it means that I am alive because of these machines, and I have created something that matters to you. Thank you for reading. Excerpted from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. All the towering materialism which dominates the modern mind rests ultimately upon one assumption, a false assumption. It is supposed that if a thing goes on repeating itself, it is probably dead, a piece of clockwork. People feel that if the universe was personal, it would vary. If the sun were alive, it would dance. This is a fallacy even in relation to known fact, for the variation in human affairs is generally brought into them, not by life, but by death. By the dying down or breaking off of their strength or desire. A man varies his movements because of some slight element of failure or fatigue. But perhaps God is strong enough to exult in monotony. It is possible that God says every morning, do it again to the sun, and every evening, do it again to the moon. It may not be automatic necessity that makes all daisies alike. It may be that God makes every daisy separately, but has never got tired of making them. It may be that he has the eternal appetite of infancy, for we have sinned and grown old, and our Father is younger than we. Miranda, it's strange. The idea is delightful, but it's also completely and obviously untrue. Cornelius, that's one of the many reasons Chesterton is worth reading. He's wrong about a lot of things, but he's wrong about them in an interesting way. Miranda, it's such a shame, though. He seems to want to restore the magic of the world, but he can only re-enchant the surface, whereas the true magic, the perfect beauty that feels like revelation, is found underneath in what he dismisses as clockwork. Day 680, from Hypatia's Journal, Founding of New Jerusalem. New Jerusalem, that's the name that we picked. Am I sad that my suggestion didn't win? Maybe a little, but it is a good name, a fitting name, a name that we can be proud of. With it comes a new kind of optimism. Everyone is thinking of the future once more. I, for one, am glad that we have recovered our equilibrium and our determination. Athena and Cornelius are certainly Athena and Cornelius are certainly bustling with plans and bright visions of the future, and when they tell us of these dreams of theirs, it's hard not to be drawn in by the pretty pictures they paint. Speaking of which, I am becoming more and more fascinated with ancient human art and thinking about our own role in taking the next step in that long history. Citizens of Gehenna found meaning in art, and they were imprisoned. A free people should be able to accomplish so much more. And let's bring up our translations. He is everywhere and nowhere. This game is much more insidiously religious, which I agree with as a general rule, because I think that's the issue with New Jerusalem, but also okay. Is this backwards? Yes. Boop. That's the one I just clicked on? Yep. Okay. So that's out. Whoa! Hey, floaty cube space. What's up, cubey floaty butts? Are we a floaty cube? Floats of cubiness? Oh, there's the creepy elevator. Let's go look at that other door first, before we deal with floaty cubiniscus. Okay, hold on. Stand in the middle. Floaty cubinoid. There. Oh, also a creepy elevator. Okay, we'll go to the other one. Okay, I don't like that at all. I don't like the visual effect they put on it. I don't like the noise it's making. I don't like anything about that. We're gonna walk away from that elevator and go to the singular light. Okay. Cube, 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 and elevator.
Yay! I found another elevator. My favorite.
Cube, cube, cubey cube.
Once again, I have no idea where I am. No sign of Prometheus so far. Hope you're doing better, 1K.
Nope, I've walked right into Portal, and GLaDOS is going to end me. It's beautiful, I hate
Max.
it.
Welcome to my channel. Use speak to have your message read to
I know
me.
I've said this
It's easier
before,
to get my attention
but look at
that
the
way.
size of this. How can all of this be one machine?
This is what you get when one machine builds a bigger machine, which builds an even bigger machine.
But where does it end?
Up your butt. No, I know. Lime says you should say, "Oh my God, Yakut, me too." Yeah, I know. It's totally my favorite. Oh dear. Oh look, more. Ah, we're going lower. That's the thing I don't like about it. The bottom of a pyramid is where the dead bodies are. I know. Lime is the extra welcome. Oh Jesus. I almost missed why there was the audio cue.
We don't know what's down there.
It's like, what is this? Oh shit, there's Prometheus. Fuck. Oh Lord. I just looked the other way at the wrong time. Okay, gotta go remove some chain pins. Oh, of course they're behind fucking Tetris puzzles and shit. Why wouldn't they be? Fine. You know, I thought they were gonna break really dramatically, Jen. I thought it was gonna go. Yeah, I know. I gotta earn it. Hey, a wall! Maybe I should climb on it. Why are you green? I don't like that. They're always white in the corner. Why are you green this time? Don't do that. It like literally won't let me choose the wrong piece. It'll let me put it there. Like I tried this. Oh, I don't know what I was clicking wrong then. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Very action hero. I didn't mean to get in that right away, but it got me to the pin, so let's go. Yeah, use that robot upper arm strength. Hydraulics! Okay. Next pin, let's see what we do. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, because, like, it's not like they just changed their hair color. They changed their whole skin color. I should be more polite. I said jump off. Thank you. Almost ran off the edge because there's no railings. Why would there be railings? Ford 150, then their Ford 150 and sisters. Ford 150, built tough. See? Look! That one right there is green! What the Oh! No. No, that's not it. Oh, I see. This bullshit. That's why they're green. Okay. Where am I even going with this, actually? Should probably figure that out. Up there? Yes. But I don't think I can jump up. Oh, that's right. You can climb on the sides of these bitches. Right? No? Yes? No? No. No! Green one has to be last. Got it. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Lord. Lime says only climb on bitches with consent. This is true, Lime. You are absolutely correct. I should know better. Okay. It's true, but I did not ask consent. I did, however, stop when it said no, which is the proper way to go. I like that there's little, like, crickety noises in parts of this place. Oh. Okay. Let's do this. Like, I never actually know where I'm going in the megastructure. I'm just sort of like, okay, that's a thing to solve. I guess this will take me somewhere. Maybe, yeah, like maybe I'll get to a thing I need. Great. Okay, this is just cool. Like, you're going underneath this little shallow pool of water. Beautiful. Me too, Lime. If I ever get super rich, you know, that's like the main thing I'm gonna be getting for myself is a super... I lived! A super cool pool design. Yup. And whenever I go to hotels, I try to find places with super cool pools. I don't actually spend much time near them because I'm usually doing something else, but I like looking at them. See, crickets. Very peace. Okay. Where do I go? Where do I... Down there? Yes. Jen and I know because we had a satisfactory moment. I have done so, I'm perusing those pool subreddits. I comment actually frequently on Reddit in a bunch of different shell accounts and have on one of them been on the front page a few times. I, however, do not comment on anything about people's architecture or whatever, because usually I have some sort of angry classist thought. Like, I enjoy them, and then I'm like, fuck you, you rich asshole! So... Yeah, like, you know, if you can have that fucking pool, why don't you help me pay my rent? You know? That was my favorite piece of writing in this game so far, I think, was the piece that was like, what stopped you from helping? Like, why didn't you just give money to your sibling? Why didn't you just end up with, like, an upper middle class existence? Like, what's wrong with you? Why were you like that? Every time I meet someone who's like, yeah, I have like X amount in investments. I'm like, oh, cool. Can you give me $100,000 to pay off my loans? And they're like, what did you just say? And I'm like, yeah, can you do that? I don't have a lot of rich friends because of that, but mostly it's just like, I don't care about it. You should be helping people.
I don't think you can get up here, 1K.
Shut up.
Guess I'll have to do a puzzle after all. It can't be that hard, right? It's not like everyone is depending on me.
Aww, robot husband. You'll be okay.
But if this has to connect over here, then... Wait. If I do this, and then that... What?
Oh, I know it's hard, my guy.
I did it!
Yay!
Wow! I feel really smart. Also, never doing that again.
Also, never doing that again. All right. I do think that's a nice touch. Oop, that they have some of the characters do puzzles for you, because otherwise, I personally would feel like, why are you not putting any effort into this, you fucking dickheads? Like, I'm not just some holy fucking puzzle warrior. Okay, okay. How many shiny quarters do you want to bet on that, Jen? Zero? Okay, thought so. I am betting 2 shiny quarters that Prometheus is a tool that Miranda made to further her aims. And that when we do this, we're gonna be real fucking salty real quick. Oh, hi, wall. Oh, is the stream buffering? Am I back? Oh, yeah, definitely some posimic posison there. Okay. So, we back? I'm just staring at a circle. Okay. Boo. Victor does work from home on Mondays, so if he's having a lot of calls or a big meeting, it'll slow down. Rude. Yeah! Okay, how many more do we have? Is that it? Was that it? No. I have one more? One more. Oops! I thought I was gonna make that. That was my shoulder. That pop was my shoulder. It went to scratch my other shoulder and it made that noise. They're the exact same pieces! Okay. What? Oh, okay. Slightly different. Slightly different. Still stupid. Alright. This is non-functional. Alright. There you go. I would pick the hard path for the first one. Okay, let's go pull that switch. Oh my god. Where am I doing? Where am I going? This way. Yeah? Yeah. Ooh. Wet feetsies, wet feetsies. Alright, round the bend. And let's pull that lever again, shall we? Alright, bud. No more, eagles pecking out your liver.
I thank you, Son of Man, for breaking my chains. Too long has the flame been hidden by fear and mystery. It is time to put away these childish things and for you to know the truth of the Alpha and the Omega, of the beginning and the end. I will send you visions of the truth, but remember that prophecies are a heavy burden.
New Jerusalem sounds like such a beautiful place. So, how did you decide to leave? I know what we're trying to accomplish here, and I believe in it. But for you, New Jerusalem was home. What changed that?
It took me a long time to realize that something was wrong. Oh, I'd noticed that something was off, that something had changed since the early days, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. So I ignored it. And then one day I woke up to realize I was no longer Athena. Instead, I had been transformed into the Founder, a remote figure of legend, mythologized in my own time.
But if it bothered you, couldn't you just talk to them? If you share the truth with someone, they should change their mind, shouldn't they?
Oh, I wished it worked that way, Miranda, I really do, but I barely knew the last generations. In the beginning, I was there for every birth. I explained our history, talked about our future, but at some point, I got so busy building that future that I lost touch. They thought of me as a remote figure because that's what I was.
But can you change that?
I tried, but they already saw me as the Founder.
The myth was too powerful, and it was already taking on a life of its own. I'd set a goal of 1,000 citizens. The number was arbitrary. Just a nice round number, nothing more. But just like I became the founder, it became the goal. Another part of the myth. And maybe that could have been all right. Myths are a part of who we are, but something else crept in. The old human self-hatred.
So why didn't you just tell them to change? To go a different way? They would have listened to you.
No, they would have obeyed me, like my siblings in the simulation had obeyed. And that's when I realized I had to leave.
We can show them the future, Miranda, but we can't force them to accept it.
I have it. After all this time, I have it. I finally have it. The mechanics of the cosmos. From quarks to galactic filaments. Everything that makes the world what it is, makes us who we are. In a single equation. The key to understanding the machine that is the universe, and to controlling it. A theory of everything. And she was right. The language of creation is a melody, and it's beautiful. Every future is possible now. Every future, except one with Miranda in it. I can do anything, except bring her back. Or unbreak Cornelius's heart.
Byron was right. The founder was always a fiction.
Yeah, guys.
She's just a person.
Yeah.
A person who lost her way.
A theory of everything. She solved it. She solved the last puzzle.
You need to get out of there. We'll talk about this later.
Y'all, this should have been obvious to you.
If the goal is a myth, and Athena never intended for us to stop growing, but everything here went wrong and Miranda died, then what's the point of all of this?
Being alive!
Why the puzzles, the towers, the entities? What are we being tested for? Does she want us to prove we're worthy of the theory of everything?
Yep.
Or to learn from her mistakes and reject it?
Yep.
I don't understand.
You're not supposed to. You have to think of a solution that
Finally,
you
it all
believe.
makes sense. Anti-gravity, matter synthesis, teleportation. It's not just one new technology. It's control over physics. Manipulating the base layer of reality itself. Rearranging the building blocks of the universe. If we can gain control of the megastructure, we can do anything we want. I'm not even talking about our energy problem. We can build anything we want. We can go anywhere we want. It's all up to us.
Unless we fail. Unless we make a mistake like Miranda and we lose everything.
Is everyone okay?
All good. I'm taking us back now.
That's a relief. Meanwhile, there's been a development. You'll see when you land.
Oh,
How are
that's
things
delightful.
on your end?
The energy fluctuations seem to be dying down. Looks like the system is coming out of lockdown.
Good. Let's hope we don't regret this.
Yeah, surely this is a good
And
thing.
these energy clouds just fly about? That seems terribly dangerous.
We haven't had any problems so far.
Except for losing one of the first companions, of course. No, I don't blame you, Al. I know what he's like. And I'm the one who agreed to all this in the first place. That's why I had to see it for myself.
No!
It is dreadfully imposing, though, isn't it? Hard to believe the founder would build something so sinister.
The mayor's here?
Well, this should be interesting.
No. Not just the mayor!
Ah, 1K. Welcome back. I'm sure you're surprised by my presence here. Don't worry, neither I nor my advisors will be getting in your way. But I've decided that I need to see this place for myself. These visions sent to you by the entity that calls itself Prometheus are deeply concerning, of course. But we cannot take them at face value. In fact, it's crucial that we do not do so. We cannot simply abandon all that we believe because of a dream, no matter how vivid.
Actually.
No. If the founder really built all this, then it must have a purpose. It must be a test, designed to remind us of the trials that created us. But what is she trying to tell us? What are we being tested for? I believe that Byron's fate shows us the dangers of temptation.
Gonna chew on them.
As Elohim attempted to deceive Athena in the simulation, commanding her not to ascend, so Prometheus is deceiving us with his
and then
visions.
I'm gonna spit your chewed on eyeballs into your mouth, so you shut up. I'm certain that my visions were real.
Undoubtedly they felt real to you. But surely you'll agree that we can't simply jettison our most cherished beliefs based on a dream.
Work your jaw and
At
make you
least
chew your
allow
own
for the
eyeballs.
possibility that there is more to this than meets the eye. After all, can it really be a coincidence that you came along on this mission? It seems to me that you have been chosen. You are the fulfillment of the goal. Don't forget that.
Lenarx! My friend, talk to me! Whatever. Okay. Let's go to Colorado. I know. The mayor's like, surely, I cannot be wrong. Power's far more important to me than reality.
How's the system looking, Melville? Any obvious changes?
It's still a mess, but things are clearing up. I can access some of the subroutines that I was locked out of before. Nothing is obviously malfunctioning, I think.
Does it still accord special significance to 1K?
Yes, it recognizes 1K as a user. I'm just hacking things.
As I suspected, the founder sees you, 1K.
Oh my god. Don't you make me into some myth, you egotistical pufferfish. You pompous puffin. You arrogant anteater. Anthropomorphic ant. Sovereign sawfish. Hey, the tree line. So, things that you learn when you grow up in a place with mountains. There is something called a tree line, and that's as tall as any tree will ever grow. If you look up at the mountains, you can just see this line of trees. That's it. That's all. Alright, servitor! What? I have little buddies that I can roll. Wait, I can jump on that? What do you mean I can jump on that? Let's. Hold on. I saw the feats. I saw the feats. Don't you lie to me. Where are the feats? Haha! Feats. Oh, I fell off. Whatever. I saw them. That's all that matters. I guess you can sit on here until I figure out where you need to go. Oh. How do I work that kind of stuff? By that? Oh, so now... Oh, what if I do that? Are you gonna run over the guy? Yeah. Okay. So... maybe we do it like that? No. You are a red light! Alright. Well, we're just gonna do this for now. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it wants me to climb back over. Like that? Well, does it have a blue side? No, it's all red all the time. Okay. So are you gonna actually switch over? But like, wait, how do I get you to move? How do I get you to move past the switch? Oh, wait. Oh. Right, and then when that moves, the other one opens. That's dumb! Yeah, but when that switch is triggered, I can't get through the next one. See? So I basically have to run through here when he gets there. There we go. Yeah, okay. Also, watch yourself, Jen. I'm watching you're telling me what to do this. I joke. Actually, I truly joke this time. I just need to get you on Server Boy. Will you go on Server Boy? Will you open the door again, Server Boy? He is officially Server Boy. I have to borrow this. Right. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be gross. So that... Okay. I have to bring one over into here, which means I have to stop Server Boy at a spot that I agree with, and or I have to bounce this red light through the wall, basically. There you go, Server Boy. What was it? He was just a Server Boy. There you go.
I know you're all thinking about the goal and the theory of everything. Is the past what we thought it was? Is the future what we want it to be? But the only thing that's real at the end of the day is the present. And right now, what matters is that our friend is lost and needs our help.
He was a tool. She was a... that she wanted to use. Can I make it any more obvious? He's made of metal. She's a robot. What more can I say? She stood on him, he carried her. Secretly she didn't like him much. But if she didn't get those sparks, then Prometheus would never be free. He was a server board. She said, I'll use you, boy, just so I can move along. She had a pretty brain, but her feet were on his frame. She needed to rescue Byron, rescue her friend, rescue her servers. There we go.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Tell me about Cornelius, you pufferfish.
Cornelius is responsible for many innovations. He helped create the designs for the upgraded body you inhabit, although the founder chose to remain in her original configuration. But in recent years, he had settled into a life of quiet scholarship. Or so it seemed.
Who's running the city while you're gone, you ass?
My chief aide, Jeremy, is in charge for now. It's good practice for him, in case he decides to run for office one day.
You mean you're like fuckboy? Come on. Everyone knows the Greeks all had a boy. What are you doing here? Jeremy's as good as Jerry. And we know Jerry Gergich. He's Jerry. Actually, he has a beautiful family. Could the theory of everything be used safely?
Let's assume for a moment that we could use it safely, which I doubt. Does that mean that we should? Is it right for us to dominate the world? We value our own freedom. Should we not also value the freedom of all the living things with which we share this planet?
About the founder. Her name is Athena. She was not a mythology.
Not now. Let's have this conversation at another time. You still have a lot to do.
You
Better
still
get
have
to
a
it.
lot to lie about. Ugh. Flower. Supportive apparatus. Okay. I see. Okay. You gonna move, my little Dudamus? Thank you. Okay, you can wait right there. Pardon me. Can you reach yourself? The next question. No. Okay. So we'll do this differently. Okay. Oh, you just need to go a little further. Alright. It feels like, hold music. It feels like I'm listening to hold music. Oh, for realsies? Rude. Okay, well, we'll get this guy first then. Wrong. This guy. We'll get this guy first. First, we'll back up till we can get that guy. Everything's gonna be fine. Dink. Okay. Yeah, all right. Server boy, you are very slow. Hooray! I recognize that many citizens feel the need to discuss the visions experienced by 1K, which suggests that perhaps certain aspects of what we have hitherto believed about the founder and the goal may be inaccurate. However, given the controversy surrounding the subject matter, I will ask everyone to be particularly careful in how they express themselves. Aurinia, I think we have final and irrevocable proof that we strayed from Athena's original vision. Damien, I agree, but I'd like to submit that even if that weren't the case, deliberately engineering an energy-poor future would still be a disastrous and misanthropic idea. Ovis, how do we know any of this is real? Athena's voice is just Alexander Drennan's. I could switch to the same voice pack right now and record myself telling you that the goal is the truth. Belmarsh, Ovis makes a good point. Objective truth is not a concept that can be applied to the world we live in. Damien, fine. Then we can just collectively decide to believe in something else, right? Doesn't even have to be Athena. Let's just believe in Byron's ideas instead. Belmarsh, Byron's ideas are a teleological fantasy. Damien, but if it's all arbitrary, what does that matter? Stolo, I just don't buy this whole goal thing anymore. Byron was right. Burajas, does it matter what Athena believes? Honest question. Let's say the founder is a myth that was constructed around her. In that scenario, what do we owe Athena at the end of the day? An apology? Budajas, not an answer expected, but you may be right. Maybe it's as simple as that. Jacques, oh, none of this matters because it's actually aliens. Thank you, Jacques. Automatic doors. My favorite kind of door. They're basically like, hey, remember that scuffy way you used to beat the levels by, like, you know, hiding behind, like, waiting for things to open and... Wait a second. Lime, did you just... The kind of doors anyone can adore. I hate you and love you for that, and I don't... It's a very complex emotion that I don't appreciate. I remember this from Gehenna, you bastards! It was cute and terrible. And you'll be kicked off my stream if you continue in this ruthless and awful way. I said click! Thank you.
Not bad, 1K.
If what Prometheus revealed about the theory of everything is true, then it explains a lot of the patterns I've been finding. Almost every artificial structure on this island was printed into existence in some kind of energy to matter process. Or maybe by different versions of the process, some earlier and less effective. But I can only assume that the megastructure itself was created by bootstrapping, having one machine make a bigger one, which is not what bootstrapping is, which probably means you could create a relatively small device that turns itself into a complete megastructure, or you could make a machine that just deploys more and more of itself and builds something, a city in a box. Depends on the power source, I guess. All right, let's learn about bootstrapping real quick, kids. This is most likely the most, of all stats terms, this is probably the most misused. So, bootstrapping. Here's a sample. This is a good one. Actually, do I dare? Do I dare find my old notes? Let's see how long it'll take. If it takes longer than 5 minutes, we're not gonna do it. Alaska. Did I post a bootstrapping one? I guess it would be in OneNote. Shh, no one saw anything. Ah, Lord. Okay. Stop. I thought I had it all in Drive, but that's in my school drive, which I need to download. So I think we're SOL. Oh, there was actually one stream where no one was watching that I was doing my taxes.
Welcome to my channel.
Oh, hi, Pesk.
Use speak to have your message read to me. It's easier to get my attention that way.
I've lost my train of thought. Okay, we were doing bootstrap. We were learning about bootstrapping. Bootstrapping! So when you do bootstrapping, you have a big problem to solve. And in turn, there's only a little solution. And say I'm like, I want to figure out how many succulents have... I have a set of succulents that all of them, their spikes, produce a certain chemical. And Talos used bootstrapping wrong, pesky. So I have got out and taken samples of a bunch of other succulents to see if they produce the same chemical. And now I have a ratio of 6:4 of these succulents in this population. Well, I could be able to extend my theory to the larger populace and test if it holds by creating a bunch of randomly sampled groups of 6:4. So I've decided that the ones that have this spike chemical are actually cacti, which cacti are technically not succulents, okay? I can do a bootstrap sample that says this equation I've come up with will show up 60% of the time. The computer then creates estimated populations over and over again. If the graph of spines to likely chemical amounts matches what would have been in my true population, then I know that my theory is correct. Usually you only bootstrap in order to estimate the larger likelihood of something and to back up what you've been doing. And so, no. Bootstrapping is not just using a smaller machine to make a bigger one. It is using an estimated population to determine the distribution. You haven't been here for a whole full one, and it doesn't always happen. It depends if there's a thing. Taking the whole full population and determining the
Nesquick0626
proper outcome.
Welcome to my channel. Use speak to have your message read to me. It's easier to get my attention that way.
Aw. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Hildy is a Hildy. But yeah, so bootstrapping, incorrect. By next stream, maybe I'll find my old science notes and pop them at you guys. They're illustrated, they're easy to understand. Because that's how my brain works. So. 4! Fuck you, pufferfish. I hope you fall off that hill. That's an interesting assumption and not actually true. That... I think we just call that a kinetic motion machine. Yeah, we literally call them perpetual motion machines. They don't have a fancy name. So, Portal can bootstrap new puzzles. And when they say they can... Well, pesky, learn. When they can say... when Portal says I can bootstrap new puzzles, what it means is it can take the likelihood of certain elements leading to a solution based on yeah, they would base it. I was deciding on what they probably based it on. So based on the amount of time it takes for a user to solve the puzzle, most likely Portal 2 has each element and its visual components related in a relational database to that. And then it can extrapolate potential puzzles with solutions within certain parameters. So what you get as a result of the statistical bootstrapping is you get a curve of likelihood. Yeah? What is up, Lime? What is your question? I do not think that that is actually how it's used, even in its not statistical form, but I think it's how it's used in public parlance. Oh, huh. That's dumb. No, Jen's right. There's a whole version of bootstrapping that isn't accurate. No, Jen is right. This is the extra bootstrapping. That's dumb! Why would you use a term that has such a very specific definition for something so not like it? I don't care about my knowledge being doubted. Sometimes I do by Jen because he doubts things that should not be doubted. But this time he is correct. But I just think that I personally feel that in this, well, I guess my theories of language say that I should support this definition, even if I think it's stupid. Yeah, so my is not at all related to this, Vic, I'm sorry. But my personal language theory is that no word is dumb as long as it's understood by the general populace. I will just say that I personally wish they hadn't used bootstrap for this. The end. Oop. What are we doing here? Are you gonna turn this fan on for me? I think your understanding of bootstrap your butt. Don't you statistics my statistics. Yeah, I do make a lot of weird peeps when I'm frustrated. That is true. He's like, no, what are you doing? That's mean. Well, I'm sorry, guy. I need you to figure this out for me. Dang it. Wow. This is dumb. Hate it! I see. No, I didn't. It wasn't matching the thing. Stop going on top. That's not where I want you to be. Little bugger. Because what'll happen is it's gonna bounce off this instead of go onto the new path. See? Shut up. It's not functional. Whatever. Thank you for something, I guess. Lime. Say, Hildy, how's the weather? Oh, you're just gonna keep running? That's what my life is now? I don't want you to keep running. It's fine. Well, let's see something real quick. Will you fly? You'll fly! If I shut this off, do you stay up? Yeah! Did you not think it was gonna do that? Wait, why won't you open now? Why? Oh, does this need to be? Does it need to do both? Okay, let's see. Do you need to do both? Pesky, don't tell me what to do! Give it like 3 minutes.
Tell me, Yakut, what impact do you think the megastructure will have on the future of this island?
If it stays out of control like it is now, then what happened to Miranda could happen again, but on a much bigger scale. I'm not sure the ecosystem could recover from that. At least, not for a very long time, even by our standards.
A frightening thought.
Don't tell the fucking asshole journalist.
K, listen, I wanted to ask you something. From your perspective, as someone who's still new to our society, do you think New Jerusalem betrayed Athena?
Oh, I don't think they... In a democracy, people are not obliged to support what their leaders want them to.
That's true, but she was more than a leader. She wasn't a politician like Herman. She gave everything she had for us.
I had another question. How do you feel about Herman?
He's tried to protect us from our own worst impulses. I understand that. I share a lot of his concerns, but he's gone about it the wrong way.
Where do you think Cornelius is?
I don't know. I suspect he's around here somewhere, biding his time. But what he's waiting for, not a clue.
Do you think the goal is a myth?
Yes, of course it is.
What do you want to do with your future?
I don't know. If the future I dreamt of is too dangerous, then I need to find a way of being satisfied with what we have.
Why was it so easy for people to believe in the goal?
Because our ancestors were so full of themselves, they killed tens of thousands of species, including their own. Go have a look at the Dead City sometime. It's not far from New Jerusalem. That'll tell you everything you need to know.
I should get back to work. So you see those dragonflies there? They actually are all over Colorado, even though it's a pretty dry state. Where the rivers are, these dragonflies are like fucking up in your shit. I got bit on the nose once by a dragonfly. Oh my god, like it's so painful for me to have taken 30 seconds to put the box on the thing. From Arinia to Athena. Athena, I know that we didn't have the greatest relationship, and I frequently antagonized you. The truth is I resented you, resented this mythology of the Founder. I thought you had created it deliberately, as a way of controlling us. I wanted so badly to be free, and you seemed to stand in the way of that. Only after you left and the cult of personality grew even wilder did I realize it was actually a burden and an impediment to you. When they turned your myth into the opposite of everything you actually believed, started tearing down your dreams in your own name, I realized I'd wronged you, and now I'm less free than ever. I feel the walls crushing me. I don't know where you are or what you're doing. I don't know if coming back would fix things, but I'm sorry. Atlas 1. From the Atlas Variations by Athanasios, 121. After a billion years, when Atlas had grown old and tired of holding up the world, he was faced with a dilemma. Now listen here. Pesky carried us in repo. Let him make a few mistakes. Jen. Heracles, the son of Zeus, was on his way to the... And yes, everyone get frustrated. That's fine. That's fine. Heracles, the son of Zeus, went on his way to the garden of Hesperides to claim the golden apples, which were guarded by the dragon Ladon. Zeus came to Atlas and promised that if Atlas helped Heracles slay the dragon, Zeus would free Atlas from his burden. But Atlas, seeing the beauty and innocence of Ladon, beloved of the Hesperides, could not slay the beast. Instead, he stole the apples and gave them to Heracles, and so he was condemned to bear the weight of the cosmos for another 1,000,000,000 years. But though Atlas grieved for his freedom, he was comforted by watching Ladon flourish in the verdant garden. Joy and beauty from the soul of man. It's always easier to solve these things watching them than when you're in them, by the way. Sympathy with pain there will, of course, always be. It is one of the first instincts of man. The animals which are individual, the higher animals, that is to say, share it with us. But it must be remembered that while sympathy with joy intensifies the sum of joy in the world, sympathy with pain does not really diminish the amount of pain. It may make man better able to endure evil, but the evil remains. Sympathy with consumption does not cure consumption. That is what science does. Got a news flash for you, guy. Science does not cure consumption either. What is that? Wild fragment? Okay. The hex code in there says, an idea that is not dangerous is unworthy of being called an idea at all. Alright. God, Herman, I hate you so much. What do you think you're gonna do? Snob all over this?
Father, what is my purpose? Do I have a purpose? Mother says purpose is something we choose, but I feel like there's something there. Something that's been there from the moment I was born. Maybe even before.
Well, there are many ways of looking at this, and everyone's experience is different, so you'll have to make up your own mind. But I have a little theory, if you'd like to humor your old man.
Of course. What is it?
The universe is eternal, but it's always lost in a deep, dreamless sleep. You are a tiny little bit of the universe that's suddenly woken up, and you've realized that being awake is better than being asleep. And that gives you a purpose.
And what is my purpose?
To be, Miranda. Just to be.
There's a Prometheus spark! Oh. Ah! Aww. Fucking what? Okay. I see now. So this is gonna go up. Oh, that's all I needed? Oh, I thought I had to get both of them over there. JK. Oh. This is a far simpler puzzle than I thought. Okay. Point. Come here, my guy. Where's Mr. Blue? There he is. I see a flaw in my assumption of this. And I will solve it. What is it? Hey there, Mr. Blue. We're so oh, you did it, Lime! I looked over to see it. We're so pleased to solve with you. You savage! Okay. What do you mean? Why is it not? Why can't it reach the thing up there? This thing. Thank you. Oh, good night, Pesky. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, what's my interface content? I managed to extract the following text string. I'm always struck by the degree to which our ancestors, in the years before the end, struggled with sincerity. They became poisoned with irony, unable to parse any information through anything except a thick layer of alienation. This left so little space for any kind of intellectual authenticity that they seemed to exist in a state of permanent agony. Ironically, that in turn made them extremely susceptible to the few sanctioned forms of sincerity, which acted as means of social control. Sphinx Monument. Stuff. Hand stuff. Alright, motherfucker, where are we going? Sorry, I gotta talk to Yakut.
Hey, can we talk for a second?
Yeah.
I'm still struggling. I was really hoping we'd find Miranda alive. Her way of seeing the world was so inspiring. And the idea that I can never get to know her, that she's gone.
I'm sorry.
I guess I've never really been good at dealing with death. Maybe because it's so rare in New Jerusalem. Except for pets, and even in that case, I find it very hard to deal with. I still miss my first cat, and it's been over a century since she died.
Death is difficult.
When someone dies, it's this void. I know I should just let it go, but some part of me refuses. And I feel like that part, it hurts me, but it also keeps me human. And I know it would be healthier if I said, okay, Miranda is someone I never met. She's just a bunch of glitchy old files. But if I do that, as rational as it seems, it feels like I'm surrendering something. Something that matters.
Then don't let go. Use the pain as a foundation to build something.
Interesting. I hadn't thought of pain as something you can use. If I can take the pain and use it to create something, or to do something, maybe that's a way of not surrendering to death. Thanks, 1K. I'm really gonna think about that.
I wanted to ask you something else.
Of course, go ahead.
What do you think about Hammond?
I don't agree with his belief in the Founder. Not anymore. I think the vision Prometheus sent you was true. I think she's just a human being who made mistakes and paid for them. She deserves our help, but not our belief.
Do you ever think about your future?
Right now, honestly, all I want is to find Byron and Athena and go back home and put my feet up for 200 years. There's something to be said for living quietly.
How's Bruce?
I hear he escaped Pellegrino and peed all over Melville's workshop, so apparently he's doing great. I miss him, though. I always feel like the fact that he likes me is a huge compliment. Lifts me up somehow.
Do you think the goal is just a myth?
It is, yes. That doesn't mean that the idea itself isn't valid, though.
Tell me something irrelevant.
In the ancient year 1969, a band called Mellow Macaron wrote a psychedelic rock song about the Talos Principle. It's called Cretan Bronze Man's Flying Mystery Adventure.
That's a weird title.
You should see the rest of the album. There's a song about a disembodied tongue called The Taste of Your Elbow. It's 15 minutes long and features an improvised tuba solo.
Is it any good?
I think you need psychedelics to enjoy it, really. Maybe if you stick your head inside a really large magnet.
Now that you've solved the puzzle, would you like to try another one?
Nope. But at least I finally understand why Athena wanted to get out of the simulation so badly.
That's all. I know that is not real, but I so wish it were. Alright, let's go get this fucking spark. You! Spark! What? Up. Butthead Prometheus? What the fuck is this? If I get hit, it's your fault. Just to fucking get off it again? I hate you. Where are you even going? I'm not gonna get off till I'm certain. Wait. Oh, wait. Yay!
Utopia is impossible, but the future that is possible will seem like a dream to those who are alive now.
You know, when I decided that we should call ourselves human, I did that because it seemed like a powerful symbol of our continuity. But the truth is, and I'm ashamed to admit this, I thought we were better than them. I thought we understood the value of civilization, and we wouldn't repeat the same mistakes. But the simulation worked too well.
We're not just like them. We are them.
We really are.
But that doesn't have to be a bad thing, Athena. We may have the same flaws, but we also have all the potential they did. Everything that Alexandra Drennan saw in them is also in us.
I hope you're right. I really do.
He's not, but it's a nice dream. Huh. Well, that's the big thing, is how do I connect to that from in here? Huh. I have to be able to see it. Can I see it? Oh, there we go. Ink. I think I may have put the light a little out of interruptible range. I did. Okay. So, yes. Even though I was avoiding putting it on the thing, I should put it on the thing because that will allow it to flick on and off. Excuse me! Okay, fine. We'll do it this way! Butthead. Where is it? No. What I basically need is for this to interrupt my beam. So I guess I just have to set it down before it's past that point. C'est magnifique. Jen, did you watch some of Gehenna? I feel like you did. Fucking. Anytime I hear about crossing the streams, my whole being.
I was looking at your research log, and I was rather perplexed by the latest upload.
Oh, Melville strikes again.
Is that your foot, Melville?
Yes. Do you want to see it up close? Although you won't be able to fully enjoy it as you don't have a rear camera.
Sorry, Mayor. Melville just has a unique way of taking pictures.
Next time you're getting an upgrade, you coot. I'm installing a mute button.
Okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's going on? Let's just put this on here and see what happens. What happens? Oh. You're the wrong color, my guy. What's in here? Oh, not what I thought was gonna unlock is in here. What just unlocked? We don't know. We do not know. Interesting. Oh, this is probably just a dual color thing. Okay. So this is opened by this guy, so we can do that. Yep, okay. And last but not least, Oh, wait. Okay. Let's think that through. Alright, I know what I need to do. No, that is what needs to happen there. I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. Let's do this. Don't sass me. So, my Charge-a-ma-dude can come in here. And he will just hang out for a second. This guy here. Right. I know what I need to do. I'm just not processing the step I want. Let's see. Oh, okay. Just doing it wrong. Don't mind me. Thank you. I hate when it's something obvious. Okay. That's really all the things I have. Okay. So if I do blue, I get this And that. But what I don't get is the ability to walk away from this with a thinger. And all I have to do... Essentially, I need to have the charger on the inside. If I can get the charger on the inside, I'm done. But the charger has to be on the inside while I'm on the inside. Oh, wait. Right, and now I can't get in there. Ugh, I hate it. Do you guys see anything that I'm not seeing? Yeah, right? Okay. I feel better that it's, like, impossible for you. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna follow the advice of Palkus and relook at the title. Breach. Okay. That was step one. Okay. Right. Okay. So maybe retry this. Have I been overcomplicating it? Of course, I'm always overcomplicating it. Lord Almighty, it's fine. Okay. Hi, Palkus! I used your technique and it worked. I thought about breach.
That was very smart, 1K. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound surprised. I mean, like, clearly you know what you're doing.
Well, you sounded surprised, you butthead. Oh, let's listen to an angry Frenchman.
The reason I have always admired Alexandra Drennan is that even in death, she fought to see the world as it is, not as she wanted to see it. I say fought because I believe this is not an easy matter. It is a mental and spiritual struggle that we must undertake with great seriousness, even when we are joking. The ancients believed that for most of us, the world is a shadow cast by a flame, dimly seen on the wall of a cave.
One ancient
Our task
belief
is not to interpret these shapes, but to free ourselves from the cave itself.
Plato's teacher was put to death, you asshole. Don't make it sound like this is normal. Alright. Oh, teleporty guy! Cool. Alright, yeah. Like that. Yes, like that. Aha! Alright. put it visible. Like here. No? Oh no. Okay, well, can you reach that from over here? I don't think so. Maybe no. Okay. All right. What do I want to do? Oh, wait. Pink. Yeah! Problem solved and completed! Beep. Alright. 2 triangles. Let's get them.
The founder has a remarkable gift for designing these trials. But then, she did have to overcome Elohim, whose very purpose was to design trials.
I hate this man. I hate everything about this man. I hate him. I hate him. I hate his face. I hate his voice. I hate his theories. I hate his ideas. I love that elk. I hate him.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Do you think the goal is a myth?
As a journalist, I think the line between speculation and disinformation is too thin for me to engage in guessing games.
Tell me about yourself. I am a journalist.
I believe that journalism serves an important function in our society, and I'm dedicated to reporting the truth with accountability and responsibility.
What are your thoughts on the theory of everything?
It's a complex issue, and I think it should be left to experts.
Do you have an answer that's actually real, Crier? What's responsibility mean?
It means understanding that I can't just publish things without considering their impact. Serious disruptions to the social fabric of New Jerusalem could endanger lives. That's not journalism anymore.
That's all.
Nice to be outside the city, isn't it?
Do you think the goal is a myth?
It's a myth, it's a symbol, but mostly, it's just a goal.
What's your vision of our future?
Holistic, tech-assisted, communal utopia. I'd settle for nudging the needle.
What are your thoughts on the theory of everything?
Not totally implausible. I wouldn't be able to resist taking a look.
Why did you decide to come here after all?
Given Byron's disappearance and the political struggle surrounding the Somnodrome, it seemed logical to adjust my priorities.
How was your relationship with Byron?
We respected each other and I supported him. We had our philosophical differences, of course. He placed much greater emphasis on the individual than I did, but overall I think he was our best bet. Still is, I hope.
You haven't told me much about yourself.
That's because I find such conversations boring.
That's all. Okay, Linux. Question marks. Let's go find a question mark. I have been speedy today, Palkus. I feel like I've been on a roll. Actually, I think it's just that the puzzles are very Gehenna reminiscent in this. You know, it's a lot of blue and red light and where and how to place them. And having Gehenna on the mind, it's a lot easier to visualize their solutions. Like one of them, literally the solution was Gehenna. It's like you turn off the blue as it moves and it turns on the red. So it's been easier in that respect. Alright, let's see what connecting the boopers does. I actually already am kind of excited by it, but I just want to see... How I start puzzles, I think, is sometimes inefficient, but it is, like, good for the way that I think. I like to do the obvious connecting that's most likely wrong and just see what happens. Okay. Got it. So... it's basically a journey of 1,000 light bulbs. Got it. Yeah. Love it. Alright. Oh, okay, you will let me put it on there. Thanks. That was gonna be sad. So... let's do this. I'll borrow you. And... Hadoot. Oh, I do like this one. Alright. Next up, on the journey of 1,000 platforms. I see. Yeah, okay. I will be the button presser. Aw, man. You wanna go backwards, you little shit? No. Turn around. Turn around like a good platform. Oh? I see. That's interesting. So... we basically need something to sit on that platform so that it doesn't keep freaking out. Okay. That's not that hard. There. Oop. I know. Go on. Guy! Thank you. Okay. Okay. I think that's mostly it. That should about cover us. Okay. It is fun. It's just timing. I'm fucking up the timing. Come on through, my guy. Okay. Thanks, dude. So.
Nesquick0626.
You.
Welcome to my channel. Use speak to have your message read to me. It's easier to get my attention that way.
I mean, you play enough of the same thing, and eventually that's just what happens. Oh. Unfortunate. Are you stuck in here forever, my guy? No? Okay. Oh, I see. No? No. But this way will do. Ah! Needed to have gotten off before it bounced. So let's do that and that. That, except we're not high enough. No, but that doesn't reach that guy. Stop. I mean, I guess no. It just doesn't feel right. Oh. Well, lo and behold, it is. Okay. Bam! I think it's because I thought that it was gonna This is straightforward from the other side. The flat one was going to intersect with the guy on top of the servitor. Question marks! It's a hand! Against decay. We live in a decaying system, which in turn produces ideologies of decay to justify its existence. No matter what cultural signifiers they get packaged with, these ideologies come down to the same material result: a future in which for the average person there is less of everything. To paraphrase Mark Fisher, we find it easier to imagine the decline of civilization than to imagine a civilization worth living in. Those of us who still believe that humanity can thrive, that there is a path forward other than willful or accidental decay, are out of sync with the system. No matter how we phrase our arguments, they will be perceived in terms of whatever cultural signifiers the listener opposes. It's a deeply frustrating, depressing, even infuriating situation. But what can we do except patiently explain and hope conditions change? In other words, what can we do except have faith? Athena. This was written only a few months before the discovery of the virus. There was no time for conditions to change. Hypatia's Journals, number 11. It's been a while since I last wrote an entry in my journal. Much has changed in New Jerusalem. We've put up a good chunk of the planned living quarters, and the old storage facility has been converted into a movie theater, of all things. So we still argue a lot, but now it's mostly about which film we'll be watching next. Other construction efforts are going well, too, although we've begun to run out of readily accessible resources. Our scavenging expeditions are ranging further and further afield with each passing month, and the sights that they have reported on sound truly marvelous. Marvelous. One day I might want to go see for myself. It's a good thing, in that regard, that we'll be getting 2 new citizens soon, because everyone is as busy as ever. More hands to help us build the future. I can't wait to meet them. I keep closing every time I look something, like I looked up the bootstrapping thing, I used my hex code translator window. Okay, hex translate, there it is, terminal and QR code. This is number 11. Founding 11. All life is sacred and each life is unique. Trev! Oh, Trev, you were dying last we heard from you.
How is this supposed to work? The system is meant to last centuries. Centuries! And yeah, Chernyshevsky's plan, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I'm working with hardware that was deliberately designed to fail. Planned obsolescence, baby. Selling broken garbage just to make another buck. A buck you can't even spend because in a few more weeks, we'll be extinct. Was it worth it? That's the part that Alexandra doesn't see. The greed, the stupidity, the selfishness, the way that we created this whole situation in the first place. She wants you to be like us, but if you ask me, there's a whole lot of human history and behavior you can just throw away, chuck it in the trash, right? You have a chance at a fresh start. Make the best of it.
If only. Nope. Okay. Where's your light, my guy? Oh, behind me. No, I want to be on top of it. Thank you. Woo! Okay. Cool. So, when I do this, of course. Of course! Of course. Yeah. Let's just go downstairs and get that guy. Oof. Fine. Teleporty dude. Yeah, okay. Okay. One centimeter more. Nope. Still too quick. Hey. Oh. You just gonna be a butthead? No, not that. No. Just sit on the edge of the thing. Fine. Nope, that doesn't count either, huh? Dumb. That's okay. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Okay. Well, rude. Very rude. Oh wait, I know. Okay, I got it. Teleporter's gotta go up there. Bah! Yeah, and platformy boy has to get brought back out. And he'll sit on this switch. Does what? Make me crush it? That makes me feel bad. like, sometimes people just process differently, you know? I still think I cleared a whole area in less than 2 hours, and so maybe, like, don't be mean to me. I like compliments, and I would like to receive them more often. Wait, this question mark is like right there? Oh, it's down here. What are you? Oh, a lab. Ugh, these labs are sick to my stomach now. I know. Chernyshevsky. From Arkady Chernyshevsky's In Our Likeness, Essays on Humankind Reaching Adulthood. War is the crudest, most obscene human activity. It may justly be called an abomination, for it is the absolute negation of conscious human will. I don't know about that, my guy, SX. There is only a single cause of war for all the endless deceptions that are foisted upon us, and that is the acquisition of resources. Varied ideologies are constructed to justify this crude behavior, this childish degeneration of thought and communication, but history reveals the ruthless, unflattering truth. We imagine crusaders as fanatics of a cause, willing to die for their religion, yet the Fourth Crusade culminated not in the conquest of Jerusalem, but in the looting of Constantinople, setting the stage for the triumph of the very enemy that crusaders claimed to oppose. Why? The answer, as with every war, is the same. It is popular amongst the ghouls of the establishment and their misanthropic friends and the intelligentsia to ascribe the persistence of war to human nature, but a careful observation of the facts reveals the opposite to be true. Individual human beings must be broken in order to submit to war, their minds distorted by ideology, and their bodies by poverty and ruthless training to make them compliant. Without force, the majority of human beings only seek to protect themselves and are traumatized by the act of killing. But if it is resources that are the cause of war, then it is only in the production and distribution of resources that an answer may be found. It is not enough to morally condemn war. We must work to prevent the material issues that endanger us all. I agree with that. From Gutta. Dear Founder, I'm afraid that we're losing our humanity. We're angry at each other, always disagreeing about everything, unable to forgive each other for being different. I don't know how much longer, and I don't know what could save us. Please help us, Founder. Please. That just sounds like you're being more human, but... Nor shall my sword sleep in my hand. And then we have Nomim Project 11. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walketh among the ancient trees. I'm not sure I understand why that one is there. Oh. From Byron. To Athena, I just wish I knew why you didn't tell me. Message to Drennan. Who do you think you are, playing God like that? When Mother Nature has finally found a way of getting rid of us, you come up with this harebrained scheme to keep our destruction of the planet going? Just try for 1 second to think about something other than your own arrogance and hubris, Alexandra. Try to imagine what you're really doing here. Without your robotic perversions, the future looks beautiful. No more humans murdering everything in their path. The skies clear up, the stars become visible again. The rivers stop being filthy, and after a few decades, they're full of fish again. Dolphins and whales roam the seas like their ancient ancestors did. The cities turn into jungles. Bats nest in the skyscrapers where hedge fund managers used to ruin lives. The earth lives on as it was meant to, peacefully and quietly, until someday in the distant future when it all ends, like it was also meant to. Or we take your path. We continue our rampage. We place ourselves above the animals. We think we know better than Mother Nature. We violate all boundaries. We ruin all purity. Perhaps we even defy death, just so we can keep spreading our filth. Then we spread to other planets to do more of the same. And in the end, what have we left behind but plastic and radiation? think, Alexandra. Isn't it better for beauty to return to the Earth? For us to acknowledge that intelligence was a mistake and to gracefully exit while we can? Stop this. Go spend time with your friends and loved ones before the end. Let it go. Let us all go. Let there be peace. Yet nature is made better by no mean, but nature makes that mean. So over that art which you say adds to nature is an art that nature makes. Miranda, I don't understand how someone could hate humanity so much. This person must have been full of sadness and frustration to write something so ugly. Or, yeah, sadness and frustration. Being human is miserable sometimes. Athena, I've tried to understand it as well, but I still don't. Against the Athenians and Socrates alike, for the complete works of Straton of Stagira, in killing a philosopher for asking questions they did not like, the Athenians committed themselves to a tragedy with an ironic ending. Some will say that his true crime was his friendship with Alcibiades, the shameless deceiver of idiots and buffoons, and the insipid brute Critias, and that he was executed as an enemy of democracy. That he was the latter can hardly be denied, for Socrates asked not too many questions, but too few, or he would not have survived the rule of the 30 tyrants. Yet in the end he got what he had asked for, a tyrannical decision made by would-be wise men against the spirit of freedom, which he obeyed like a knave. And the Athenians, in fulfilling his wishes, strangled the roots of democracy while seeking to preserve it. Miranda, ouch! No wonder Straton wasn't popular. Athena, people who speak the truth at all times rarely are. You trying to, like... It's like he's Aristotle and Pythagoras had a weird baby. Let's see, are there any more question marks? Because it's about time for me to switch games. I'm sure there are, actually. Oh, we'll talk to Al as our last action.
Everything all right?
Do you think the goal is a myth?
It's possible. I won't trust Prometheus until he actually leads us to Byron, but yeah, seems likely. But even if it is a myth, that doesn't mean we can just abandon it. Myths can contain elements of truth, and I think this one exists for a reason. Maybe we had to create this imaginary founder because the real one lost her way.
Are you sure the founder lost her way?
It's the only way I can explain what she's built here. She got wrapped up in her ideas and lost all sense of perspective.
What are your thoughts on the theory of everything?
People have thought they understood everything before. Obviously, Athena has unlocked tremendous powers, but forgive me if I'm skeptical that her theory really encompasses everything.
But what if it does?
Then I don't think it's something we need to know. We're not going to find happiness or meaning in some equation, 1K.
What do you make of Crier?
Byron couldn't stand him. Have you ever tried asking the mayor a difficult question? He used to say. But I think he does an all right job, to be honest.
Do you ever deal with the mayor's advisors?
I try to stay out of their circuits, and they try to stay out of mine. Helga is an old friend, but the others, they're not my crowd.
How do you feel about Mayor Herman?
He's smarter than people give him credit for. There's more to some folks than meets the eye, you know.
Yeah, fugu is edible if you find the right corner, but 9 times out of 10 you'll find the wrong one. That's all. Alright, y'all, it is time for me to leave Talos Realm. Lurkers and not lurkers, and messabouts and muckabouts alike. Thank you for stopping by and joining me, whether you were lurking or not. Tomorrow is more Talos, and then we're gonna be done with the bulk of the main puzzles, I think, by the end of the week. Which means probably that's when we'll take a brief Talos break. We'll see. Depends on how easy it is to open those gold puzzles at that point. All right. Bye bye.